by thanking the Transgender District for putting together the Riot Party. The Riot Party is one of my favorite parties the entire year. It's like our pride, right? And it's such a great time to always come together with community and catch up with folks that you haven't seen in a long time. But nonetheless, thank you Transgender District, thank you to Brianna and to Carlo for leading the Transgender District, and also to folks in staff like Sam and Boo and Sean, I don't know if he's here. But I wanted to speak a little bit about Transgender History Month and how it came to be. When I was working at the Transgender District as Director of Social Justice and Empowerment Initiatives, in 2021, during Pride, during that entire month in which we helped to speak to other stakeholders, to members of the community, people that are interested in knowing about Pride and the history of San Francisco, I kept talking about the Compton's Cafeteria Riot and the significance of the Compton's Cafeteria Riot to not just San Francisco and the trans and queer community in San Francisco, but what it meant for the rest of the country, right? The Compton's Cafeteria Riot happened 3 years before Stonewall.
Yeah!
And every single time that I spoke about the Compton's Cafeteria Riot, I would see the face of the individual that I was speaking to, and it would just sort of be a moment of awe as they were processing what the Compton's Cafeteria Riot was and what it meant to San Francisco. And it led me to think, why is it that we don't really know the universal significance of the Compton's Cafeteria Riot? Why is it that we continue to point to the Stonewall Inn riots as the moment in which the gay civil rights movement began? And that led me to think, San Francisco has so much transgender and queer history, but there are so many folks here in San Francisco that don't know about it. Folks across the state, across the country, we need to create a commemoration that allows us to learn about transgender history in San Francisco, what it meant for the transgender community here in the city, and how we can use that to teach others across the state and across the country why transgender history is so important and it is so significant. And in 2021, yes.
Yeah!
And in 2021, in a moment of a psychotic rush, I started typing furiously my laptop what came to be the Transgender History Month proclamation. And as I finished, I was like, wow, this looks like it could be something. Let me bring it to the executive director of the Transgender District, which at the time was Arya Saeed. She then instructed me to take it to the Office of Transgender Initiatives and find a way to make Transgender History Month happen. So in 2021, 2 months after it was written, in August 24th, so today it's exactly 3 years since we passed Transgender History Month. And let me say something.
Yeah!
So as we were making this happen, we set on a date of August 24th, 2021 to gather at City Hall and sign Transgender History Month into law. At the time, we didn't know this, but the day of, as we were walking to City Hall and we were gathering, we realized that August 24th of 2021 was set to be Marsha P. Johnson's 75th birthday.
Wow.
Yes, Marsha! And we didn't know this at the time. We didn't know this at the time until we were arriving at City Hall. And it was like a gift sent from our transcestors, right? A gift from Marsha herself that this was meant to happen, that this was meant to be, and that it was on the right path of transforming into something larger. So we were able to get that signed. And in August 24th, 2021, San Francisco became the first city in the entire nation to designate Transgender History Month. And in 2022, Santa Clarita County followed. And in 2023, the state of California followed. Yes! And that is just a reminder that transgender history is universal history. Transgender history is all around us. It is hidden, waiting to be discovered. And through that transgender history, through those personal accounts of people that gave up so much for us to be here right now, sacrifice, compromise, losing out on opportunity, on love and family, all for us to be gathered here right now. And now that we are here, now that this is the first time, the first year, the first August that the state of California recognizes transgender history, we must honor the folks that gave up so much for us to be here. And we must honor their lives, what they gave for us, but also use this as an opportunity to teach transgender history. Because let me tell you something. Transgender history
They will erase
has
you if
allowed
you
us
don't say nothing.
to tap into expansive ideas of liberation, social justice education, and grassroots methods of organizing. So everybody benefits from transgender history. And that is why transgender history is all around us, and that is why we must continue to honor it. And when there are folks that say trans people is only, they just, they were just created in 2014 when Laverne Cox was on the cover of Time magazine. No, absolutely not. Trans people have been here since the dawn of time.
Yeah!
Right? Yes, we have. And California recognizing Transgender History Month, we learned that there were trans people here in the state of California dating back all the way to the gold rush. To the gold rush. Okay? And that is just a reminder that California is the state that it is. I think the 5th largest economy in the world, California is the state that it is because of trans history. Because of what trans people have given to California. And it is about time that we use that history to pave our future and to make sure that wherever there is hatred and violence, we meet that with, sit down, I am going to educate you. Okay? And that is why I am so inspired to be surrounded by so many trans trailblazers and so many trans icons. For example, where is my auntie, Andrea Horn? I saw her throwing it down in the dance floor. Yes! My auntie, Andrea Horn, is one of those individuals that I hold so dearly, and that she inspires me so much. And we must continue to also honor her every time that August comes around, but every single day of the year, okay? So, I want to conclude this speech by just reminding you all that you are powerful, that you are brilliant, that you can do absolutely anything that you want to do. And let's use our history to be able to fathom and create our future, because let me tell you, there are no limits, there are no boundaries, and you can do anything.
Yeah!
So when I say Happy Transgender History Month, you also repeat it with me. Happy Transgender History Month!
Happy Transgender History
I know
Month!
that's right. Thank you so much to the Trans District. Thank you for those messages of hope.
Come on, Jupiter!